Welcome to video number 4 here in the free SMMA course, where we're going to fix your first domain and fix your professional email as well. And we're also going to make sure that we white label your high level login so that your clients see your domain and not the high level domain. So without further ado, let's just dive right into the video. Okay, so we're inside of my computer and here is what I'm going to cover today. First of all, we're going to buy your domain. We're going to fix your professional email with Google Workspace. Then we're going to fix, basically connect the domain to high level using something called Cloudflare. And then we're going to white label your domain and also fix the custom values. And then we're going to do a summary of the video. And if you haven't already, make sure that you subscribe to YouTube and also follow me on Instagram, where I do updates regarding the course all the time. Share the course. I need your guys' help. I mention this all the time. Let's start a revolution and change people's lives together. And warning, this is the most important video in the entire course. I always say this in every single video, but right now this is the most important video in the entire course. So watch the entire video, don't skip, don't fast forward. And you must have watched all of the videos in sequential order up until this video. If you've skipped around before this video, I'm sorry, you have to go back. This video is not going to make any sense for you if you haven't watched all of them in order and taken all of the action that we've gone through essentially. Pro tip: if you want to save yourself some time, watch the video in double speed. And if you haven't signed up to High Level yet, go to maxpearson.com/highlevel and sign up. But you should already be signed up. If you've done everything up until this point, pat yourself on the back. You've done an amazing job so far. Now let's continue and let's get to some more work. So the first thing we're going to do is to buy your domain for your agency. So we are going to buy your domain. We're going to go to domains.google.com and buy your new agency domain. So let's do that now right away. Let's go to domains.google, super simple. Then what you do is you simply click on sign in. You sign in with a Google account. And then you go to get a new domain. And yeah, let's go back to the presentation. So don't overthink it, right? When you buy a domain, don't overthink this process. You can spend hours or days or weeks trying to figure out what your agency is going to be called. Either you can just do like maxpearson.com, as I do with this course. I had my own agency under my own name for the longest period of time, or Max Agency, or Person Agency, or Person Ads, or Max Digital. It's probably taken, but I'm sure you get the point. So don't overthink it. You can always rebrand the business in a year or two if you want to. For now, just choose something, and selecting something with your name, with digital or agency, it always works. It's going to last you forever as well, essentially. So here I'm going to search for Person Ads, right? My last name and ads. Let's see if that's available. And it is. And I know that it's available. I did a fake thing there because I've already checked it. So it's actually added in the cart here. So that's good. I'm going to go ahead and go to the cart. And then I am going to register for 1 year. Privacy protection is on, auto renew is on. Google Workspace, make sure that you select this. We need the Google Workspace because that is what's going to allow you to have the professional email. And then select Business Starter is fine. That's going to cost you like 50 Swedish kroners. That's about $5 a month. I think the Business Standard is selected by default. Make sure that you select the Business Starter, save yourself some money. It's more than enough. Then here you basically just write in your first name, last name, and username. That is going to be max@pearsonads.com, right? So it's going to be basically what you have in front of your email. So max@pearsonads.com, and then the backup email, and allow this account to manage domain. That's good. Then I'm going to go to the checkout. Let's make this quick, and I'm just going to fill this out. All right, so I went through the entire process, basically just writing in my personal details, my credit card, and now I'm here. I'm sure you figured out how to pay for the domain. So now we're here, let's continue. So what we're going to do right now, we can mark this as done, create the website, set up the Google search reporting, mark as done. We don't really need to do this, mark as done, and they change this process from time to time. So if you see a different screen, that's totally fine. The main thing is that we have the Google Workspace Business Starter here. So that's good. So now I can basically go back to all my domains here, my domains, and I can see that I have Pearson Ads right there. So that's good. Let's go back to the presentation. So we bought the domain. Don't overthink it. You selected the domain name. That's awesome. Google Workspace, select the custom email add-on Business Starter for $6 per month. Look more professional with a custom email like you@yourdomain.com. So that's basically it. So now let's continue with the presentation. Now we're going to talk about the Google Workspace. So first of all, we're going to go over the overall overview. So log into your account at admin.google.com. So let's do that now. All right, and as you're here with your domains, you simply just click on manage at the side of your domain. And then what we do here is that we click on add someone to your Google Workspace account. So we go to email right here, and then what we're going to do is that you're going to click on the set up MX records right here, and then it's going to load. Then you will see that it says this user must change their password next time they log in. A temporary password may have been sent to max@maxpearson.com. So this is my main email essentially. So if I go to my main email, you can see that I've received a ton of emails here from the Google. So I have the Google Payments, the Google domain. So if I click on the Google domain right here, we can see sign in to pearsonads.com. Your temporary password is right there, so that's good. And then also if I go into Google domains right here, please confirm we have the right email address, verify email now. So I'm going to verify this. So now that's done. And if I go back to my email here again, let's just review this. Your new pearsonads.com account. So I'm just going to click on sign in to pearsonads.com. And here you can see that we have the temporary password. So I'm going to copy that as well. And then I'm going to write in max@pearsonads.com because that is the new email that we signed up. Click on next. And then I'm going to paste the password that I got, the temporary password. And then I'm going to click on I understand. And then I'm going to select a new password right here, like so, and then change password. So now we've basically set everything up that we need. I'm going to click no thanks on that pop-up. And now, as you can see, I'm just going to select these things right here. And now you can see that we have a Google account, but we have it like as a branded email. So if I check here in the top right corner, you can see that I now have selected my max@pearsonads.com and it's a Gmail account. So that's perfect. So now as we have verified all of this, it's good. It is a little bit of a process and they change this process from time to time. But if you just go through basically the setup section as they have right here and just follow along as I did, you're going to be completely fine. The next thing we want to do right now is that we can go to admin.google.com. So if we go back to the presentation, let's just check the overall overview here. Log into your account at admin.google.com. We can select the new account that I just created, max@pearsonads.com, and then I write the new password that I got, click next. And now I'm going to be able to log into the admin console essentially. So here we can do a couple of things. And if we go back to the presentation, we can basically add and remove users. We can also find the billing here. We can also add our profile picture here and also see different pricing plans. So I want to just mention a couple of things regarding the admin console in Google. First of all, we want to click on the user right here. So you can see under Max Pearson, if I click on myself, I don't have a profile picture right now, so I'm just going to add a profile picture. And to do that, I simply just click on the image right here. And then I go to my desktop, I select an image of myself and click continue. And then I'm uploading the image of myself. I refresh the page and then super simple, there I am, perfect. The next thing you can do if you want to add more users into your email, then you can just simply click back to home and then you can click on add user and then you can add more users here. Super simple. So you will see all of the users you have here. Maybe you have somebody that you want to add into and basically use the agency email as well. Maybe John@pearsonads.com, etc. You can just simply do that from here to add a new user. Super duper simple. Also what you can do here is that if you go to account and then go to account settings, you will see that we can personalize our actual account here. So if you go into the email inbox, you can see that we have the Google logo up here. I want to change this to my own logo, or you can change that to your own logo as well, or to your agency logo. So inside of admin.google.com, we go to account settings, we go to personalization here, we click on custom logo, and then we can just select the file to upload. I have my logo right here, so I'm going to click on open, and there it is. And then show this logo on all users. Classic sites, I'm going to select that as well, sure, and then click save. So now if we go back to the Gmail here, once this has loaded and I refresh everything, I should see my logo up here in a second. If I refresh again, it hasn't updated yet. If we give it a couple of seconds. All right, it hasn't showed up yet. Sometimes it takes a couple of minutes for it to work, but if I go back to my general or my normal inbox, you can see that I have the logo on here. So we basically changed it from the Google logo to your own agency logo essentially. If we go back to the presentation, We basically talked about how to add and remove users, also a profile picture, and we can also talk about billing and pricing plans a bit. This is not super important. I just want to show you kind of how to navigate the admin console in here. You're not going to spend a ton of time in here at all, mainly just when you're going to add new users if you want to. But if we go to billing right here under subscriptions, you can see what subscriptions you're on. So you're on the Google Workspace Business Starter. That's more than enough. Also, since we signed up with the Google Workspace via the Google domains, I normally find all of the invoices from here essentially. So under billing right here, if you don't find the invoices under admin.google.com, you will find them in your Google Domains account essentially, because that is where we did the ordering for the Google Workspace. And then, yeah, different pricing plans. They basically have different pricing plans if you want to upgrade. So for the starter account that we're on right now, we're getting 30 gigabytes of storage in the Google Drive. That's normally more than enough if you just go into like save some photos or some documents and so forth. If you want to have more storage on the Google Drive, then you can upgrade, and they have multiple terabytes of storage that you can buy for not that expensive at all really. So I just wanted to mention that. But for now, we've pretty much accomplished everything that we need. So for now, you have the professional email, we have the new domain. So now let's continue with the presentation. So now what we're going to talk about is high level and connect the domain to high level using a software or a service rather called Cloudflare. So Cloudflare is a large network of servers that can improve the security, performance and reliability of anything connected to the internet. We're basically going to use it as a hosting company for our website. It's where we're going to change the DNS settings and so forth that I'm going to show you here in just a second. We're going to add different CNAME records or A records and so forth. And to do that, the first thing we need to do is to sign up, and we need an account to host our website with high level, and it's 100% free to use Cloudflare. So let me show you how you sign up with Cloudflare. It's very simple. So let me just close some tabs here, and then I go to cloudflare.com. Very simple. I click on sign up. And then I'm going to sign up with my new account. So max@pearsonads.com, the email that I just fixed. And then for password, I'm just going to write in a password right here. And then I click on create account. Very simple. And now the dashboard is loading. So that's good. Let's go. Yes. Okay. So we're in. Then we are going to get started with Cloudflare. And then for the site here, I'm going to write in pearsonads.com. You write in your site, obviously. We click on add site. And yeah, they make the sign up process here super simple. Here they have different pricing plans. We don't want to pay for it. We're going to use the free plan. That's more than enough. So we click on free and then continue. And then what we want to do is just to review the DNS records. So it's going to pull the MX records that we have for the email. So here we can see all of the MX records, and we also have a CNAME record right here, and that's good. So what we're going to do right now is just click on continue. We leave everything as is. And then the next thing that we need to do is just to change the name servers essentially for our domain. So, and a name server, it's basically, to explain it super quick. So we have the domain. Now we just need to basically point the domain where it's going to be, what it's going to be connected to. And we want our new domain to be connected to Cloudflare. And we use name servers to accomplish that. So to do that, you simply just go back to domains.google. So that is what we're going to do. And we just click on my domains. And then we go back to, so we go into my domains here. I'm going to click on manage for Pearson Ads that I just purchased. Then we go to DNS right here. So I click on DNS. We need to go up here and then click on custom name servers. So we're going to click on custom name servers. Then we're taken to this page right here. And then we simply just go back to Cloudflare. We copy the first one right here, bob.ns. I paste it in here, and then I'm going to click to copy the other one and then paste it right there. Then I'm going to click on save, and then we are pretty much ready to go. And then the name servers are saved, and that's good. Now I can go back to Cloudflare and click on done, check name servers. And then it says quick start guide, configure your domain settings to improve security, optimize performance, choose your account. So now we can click on, we can actually finish this later. And now what's happening right here is that it's going to take a while for the name servers to be approved essentially, or found, or whatever they call it, right? So we can click here, check on name servers, and see that if it's happened yet, and then it says Cloudflare is now checking the name servers for PearsonAds.coms. Please wait a few hours for an update. So what I'm going to do right now is that I'm going to pause the video and most likely go to bed, and then wake up in the morning and then complete this video in the morning when the name servers are ready. So I'll see you in the morning. All right, so we're now the day after, and Cloudflare, as you can see, is now protecting the site. I need to make something clear though, because this process was actually pretty quick. It took like 20 minutes. However, I missed to show you something yesterday. So in here at Google Domains, when you go to the DNS, and then you're under the custom name servers here, you need to make sure that you activate those custom name servers. So there's going to be a button here that you click just to activate them, and then once you've done that, it's going to say these DNS settings are active. I didn't do that before I went to bed yesterday, and when I woke up this morning, it still hadn't propagated correctly, but then when I clicked this button, it took like 20 minutes. So now, as you can see, if we go to Cloudflare here again, to the main page, we can see that PearsonAds.com is active, and if I click into it, it's now protecting the site. So that's good. So what we can do now is just to go back to the presentation and continue. So first of all, we've signed up with Cloudflare. The next thing we're going to do is just log into high level, and then we're gonna point the root domain to the, basically point the root domain to high level essentially. So the way we do that is going to be pretty simple, or really simple really, is that we go to app.gohighlevel.com and you go into your high level account. Then what we are going to do is to switch to your sub account, your agency account. So we click into that one, and then once we're here, we're going to settings, and then we are going to domains. And once we're here, we're going to click on add new domain. And then I'm just going to write in here PearsonAds.com. Obviously you write your domain. And then you will see here, note, make sure to have either an A record pointing or a CNAME record. So for the root domain, we're going to use the A record. So I'm going to copy this number string right here. Then I'm going to go back to Cloudflare, and then we are going to go to DNS right here. And once we're in the DNS, we can see all of the different records that we need. We're not going to remove any of them, but we're going to add a new record. So we're going to keep this as an A record, and I'm going to do that as like that. And then the address is going to be what we got from high level. So we use an @ and then we do the number right there, and then we click on save. And actually, before I click on save, note this here in the presentation, when we add the A record, we need this to be a DNS only. So here, if I click on the proxy status, we need to have this as a DNS only. We can keep that as auto, and then we click on save. So now we can see I have an A record for the root domain, and it points to this DNS only. So if we go back to high level right now, we click on add, and this should be adding, and there we go. So yay, domain person ads is added successfully. So now I'm going to select my funnel right here, and then also select the home page right there. You can do the same, and then click link domain. So now we've done that part. Super simple. Now we purchased the domain and connect it to our home page. So if somebody goes to that address, they will be redirected to our website. Now let's continue. We're also going to add a CNAME record. So make sure your www version of the website redirects to high level as well. And this is going to be proxied version. So we do it again. We click here, add new domain. This time we write www.yourdomain. So in my case, PearsonAds.com. And now we're going to add the CNAME record. So I'm going to copy paste what's written right here, copy. And then we go back to Cloudflare. I'm going to click on add record again. This time it's going to be a CNAME record right here. And for the name, we write www. And then for the target, I'm going to paste what we got from high level. And then we can turn off the proxy, click on save. So we only do DNS here as well. And then we go back to high level, and then we click on add, and there we go. Now it's added. And then we can link this to here as well. We can actually cancel this for now because we're going to redirect it anyways. So now you can see we have both the www and the root domain added into high level. That's exactly what we want. So the next thing we want to do, actually I can change this then to DNS only. And then page rule. So we want to make sure that we forward the www version, or redirect rather, to the root domain. So to do that, we go back to Cloudflare and then we go into rules right here. And then what we are going to do is click on create page rule. And then here we're going to write www.pearsonads.com. You write your domain, obviously. We do slash and an asterisk mark. Then pick a setting. We're going to scroll down to forwarding URL. We're going to select a 301 redirect. And here we want to redirect it to HTTPS. Make sure that you have the S there, // the root domain. So pearsonads.com in my case, or your root domain in your case, / and then we're going to have a $sign and a 1. Don't ask me why that is. I just know that that's how you do it. Then we click on save and deploy page rule. And now this is going to be working now very soon as well. For example, if I go to www, I'm not sure that it's going to work now right away. Let me open up an incognito window. But if I go to pearsonads.com first, it should redirect me to the homepage. So let's see here. Now it's the first time that this is loading, so it's going to take a little bit more time. But here we go. It's redirecting me to the website, and we have the HTTPS here as well. And if I do the www.pearsonads.com, you can see that it should redirect me as well. Let's see here. It's just loading. No, okay, so it's a 401 redirect or 401 error right now. This is going to propagate very, very soon. So if you test it in an hour or two, then it's going to work because we have this page rule set up. So let's go back to the presentation. We've added the A record, we added the CNAME record, we added the page rule. Now a root domain, connect the root domain to your homepage. So we've already done that, but let's let me show you how we do that as well. So if we go back to high level right now, basically what we've done right now, right? Just to reiterate, we bought the domain, we connected it to Cloudflare, and now we've connected Cloudflare to high level. So now we have our domains inside of high level, and now we need to connect it to our website and funnel essentially. So if you click, basically what you want to do once you've added this is click on the go back, then we go to sites, and then we are going to go to the website and VSL funnel right here. And then you want to make sure that you go to settings, and then under the domain, you want to select the root domain right here. So make sure that it's selected right there. We're going to fix all of these other things later. For now, we just want to make sure that we have the root domain added. You click on save. And then what we are going to do is to just make sure that that is the root domain essentially. In the next video, we're going to fix the individual URLs for all of these different pages. I'm not going to go over that right now. We're going to do that in the next video. However, we need to change the URL for the privacy policy and the terms right now, because we're going to put that information essentially inside of high level here in just a second. So what you do then is that you go to the privacy policy page right here, you click on the cog wheel right here, and then you want to change the path right here to privacy policy. This is going to be the URL of this page. So make sure you spell it correctly, privacy policy. Then I click on update page. And then we do the same thing under terms. We go to the terms page, we click on the cogwheel right here, and then we do /terms for that page and click on update. So now if I open up a new tab and we just test this, I go to pearsonads.com/terms. First of all, it should redirect me to the correct page. And here we are at the terms of service page. Perfect. And if I do /privacy policy, it should take me to the privacy policy page, which is it doing here as well. And actually, this is something that we're going to fix in next video as well, in tomorrow's video, where you're going to rename or basically make sure that we put in your information here, the correct information. But for now, we just need to change those URLs, and then we can continue with the video. So make sure that you complete that. So now root domain homepage, connect the root domain to your homepage, privacy policy and terms of service, fix the correct URLs for those pages. We will need them in the next step. So now we've pretty much completed all of this. Pat yourself on the back, you've done a good job. Now let's continue. So now what we're going to discuss is the white label domain and custom values. So what we're going to do right now is that we're going to white label the Go High level essentially, so that when you invite your clients to the Go High level and when you set up a sub account for them, it's not going to show Go High level in the URL, but it's going to be your domain. So we're going to white label Go High level for your business essentially. So log into your Go High level account, go to the agency view, then settings, and then company, and then follow the instructions. So the white label domain, what we do then is that we go to the agency view. If you remember, now we're under the account view. So you click here and then we click to switch to agency view. And here you can see the different accounts. Here's the account, your account or my account that we were just in, the agency account. Now we're in the agency view. And then what we want to do is go to settings. So we click on settings and then we go to company right here. And then what we want to do right here is, first of all, make sure that you upload the company logo. And I'm going to mention that in just a second here as well. If you don't have a logo right now, you can do it later. But if you have a logo right now, upload something simple. So we have that under company data, because that is the logo that is going to be shown up here to the left. And I know that we talked about that in a previous video as well. But for now, what we want to do is to go down here to, first of all, the privacy policy URL. So again, let's copy paste that into there. So in my case, it's personads.com/privacy policy. So I'm going to copy paste or copy this URL, go back to high level, paste it here on the privacy policy, and then do the same thing for the terms as well. And you should do the same. And again, don't worry, like this, we're going to fix this privacy policy page with your information in those placeholders in tomorrow's video as mentioned. For now, just copy paste the URL and then we paste it into, or copy rather, and then paste it into terms and conditions right here. Then we can click on update company. So now that's done. Now what we want to do is to white label the domain. So if you click on the question mark right here, it's going to take you to the instructions right here. And high level, as mentioned, they're super good at showing instructions for everything. Obviously, you're going through the course, so you don't have to watch these videos, but you know, these are basically, they walk you through step by step how to do everything. So if you have any questions, again, go to help.gohighlevel.com. You can search for an answer here. And here you can see they have a complete guide on how to do this. They even have a video showing you step by step how to do it. Now, let's dig into it. The first thing, create a CNAME record at your DNS provider pointing to app.msgsndr.com. Okay, so that is what we are going to do first. So if we just copy paste this, and then we go back to Cloudflare, and then we go to DNS again. Now we want to add another record, and this time we want to add a CNAME record. I recommend using app. So this is basically going to be the address for high level, right? You can see it says app.gohighlevel.com. So yeah, it's going to look the cleanest if it looks like that, app.personads.com, where we actually have the software. But you can name it whatever you want to, but I highly recommend naming it app. Then we are going to copy paste this. Proxy status, we can do DNS only, and then click on save. And then once we have done that, we can go back to high level right here. And then for the white label domain, I can now write app.pearsonads.com and then click update company. All right, so now we've added the domain right here. So let's try it out. So if I open up a new tab, I go to app.pearsonads.com, then you're going to see that now it's basically working. So now I can log into my account here again. So I'm going to log in. You log in with the normal login details that you have for high level. And then I'm going to put in my password here as well. Click on sign in. Then we're going to do the verification code. So I'm going to click send security code. And then I'm going to go to my email inbox right here. And then I got the email right here. So I have the security code. I'm going to take that, go back, paste it, click confirm code. And now we are going to be logged in. And now you can see that I'm in high level, but I have my own white label domain. Pretty cool. And same thing here, I can do everything as usual. You see that I'm in the agency account, I have the accounts here and everything, so I'm in the agency view. So now what I can do, I can actually close the app.gohighlevel.com, and instead I'm just going to use my own white label domain version of it, continuing. And just to clarify, you can still log into app.gohighlevel.com if you want to, but why should you? Now you've white labeled it, so always use your own domain. So app.personalads.com. Now you own your own software with your own logo, your own domain, everything. It's pretty cool. All right, so if we check the presentation here again, you can see that we've now added the white label domain. Now we need to do the same thing for the API domain. So follow the instructions, add a new CNAME record link via Cloudflare pointing to link.msngr.com. So if we go back to high level, and then we go to settings, we go back to company again, and then we can see that we have the white label domain. Now we're going to add the API domain as well. And here are the instructions. Make sure to have a CNAME record pointing to link.msgsndr.com. And then we go back to Cloudflare, and now we want to add a new record. And for this one, they recommend using link. So the subdomain, or yeah, the subdomain for our root domain is going to be link, and then it's going to be a CNAME record, and then we copy paste the target as we got. We can do DNS only, click on save, and then we have that added there again. So now we can go back to high level, and then API domain, I'm just going to write link.pearsonads.com, because now we've added that. Obviously you use your version of your website, and then under company website here, you can just write in your company website. So pearsonads.com in my case. And then we click on update. So that's pretty much it. You can add the company phone here as well, obviously. But that's it. Now you white label it, and you have your own white label domain and API domain. And basically the API domain, it's normally used, I think, when they're sending different links or in emails and so forth, when we utilize their API essentially. So instead of the receiver, your clients getting emails from Go High Level, it's going to be with your domain. So everything is branded under your domain. And High Level makes sure that we as agency owners make it like that, it looks like that it's ours. So they're awesome. So now let's go back to the presentation. Yeah, so we added API domain, website privacy and terms. Make sure that you add the correct URLs. We already did that right here, privacy URL and terms. And we've also uploaded the logo. If you have not, we will cover how to get one in the next video. So in tomorrow's video, I'm going to go over how to, if you don't have a logo right now, I'm going to show you how to create one yourself, or how to basically find a designer who can do one for you very cheaply. But in my opinion, like this logo that I did, for example, I just went into and I just found a font, and I just wrote an M with a cool font that I liked. So I didn't pay any designer to do this logo at all, and simplicity is normally what works the absolute best in my opinion. All right, now let's continue with the presentation. So that's basically everything for today's video. Summary, good job, like pat yourself on the back. Now you have your own domain, your professional email, you've white labeled the actual software, High Level, for your social media marketing agency, and you're already ahead of like 99.99% of all agency owners out there. You have your own software, you have your own CRM, your own website, your own funnel. We're going to fix more stuff as we go into the coming videos as well. You have a hub that you've branded yourself, like the Go High Level. You now own your own software that you can showcase to your clients on the sales calls. When you pitch your clients on the sales calls, as we're going to talk about later videos as well, now you can not only pitch your service, so that you help a specific industry with a specific service, but now you can also pitch them that you have your own software that you're going to help them with. And you build all your funnels there, all your landing pages, you have the CRM, the marketing automation, the text and email follow-up, all of that good stuff. So I hope that you're pumped about this. I'm definitely pumped to see what you guys can do with all of this information. So yeah, summary number 2, complete the steps. Make sure that you've completed all the steps in this video before you proceed. It's mandatory. If you skip around or jump ahead, or if you just watch these videos without taking action, nothing is going to happen in your life. So if you're that person who's going through this course and you haven't implemented anything, you haven't signed up with High Level, go back, take action, sign up to High Level, and go through these videos. Because you can change your life with this information. If you truly want to change your life and start a social media marketing agency, you know, here's your opportunity. A free course, free community, everything is free. Take action on this and change your life. And keep me up to date how things are going. Post in the Facebook group how things are going if you have questions and so forth. We're here to help you, everybody in the community. So, and then keep up the momentum. Don't fall off now. You're doing great. Just keep that in mind. When things become hard, or you know, if you have any question, or if you're trying to solve a problem, you can't find it, or whatever it might be, we're here to help you guys. Like you're building momentum now, even though you might have some things that kind of piss you off or whatever now might be. You can't solve a specific thing. Just keep it up. Keep the momentum going. Don't fall off. You're doing great. The momentum builds as we speak. Just keep on pushing. Because yeah, this is the way of the entrepreneur. Like there's always going to be things that we need to solve. That's what an entrepreneur is. We're problem solvers. So yeah, just smile and smile against failure or problems. Just take a deep breath and continue. You're doing great. Also, before I end this video, make sure that you subscribe to the YouTube channel. So follow along on Instagram as well. I'm doing a ton of updates regarding the course and so forth. So make sure that you follow. Also share the course. I need your guys' help. I'm mentioning this all the time, but I need your guys' help. So let's start a revolution together and change people's lives together. So if you know somebody who needs this information or want to start an own agency, or maybe you know somebody that you can start an agency with, or a friend, or whatever it might be, share this course with them. The more you share, the more you're going to give back. And here's today's quote from Carl Jung. So you are what you do, not what you say that you do. So this goes back to what I just said, right? If you just go through this course, it's very easy to kind of feel that you're accomplishing things if you just watch the videos, because you gain a ton of new knowledge, right? Now, okay, now I know about high level, I know how to set up a subdomain, I know how to do all of these things. But if you don't actually do it, you don't really know how to do it. So you are what you do. If you take action in this course and actually set everything up, that's when you're going to get results. Not if you just watch these videos and don't take an action. So Carl Jung said, you are what you do, not what you say you do. Don't be a pretender, be an action taker, all right? So let's get to work. Rewatch this video if you need to. Implement everything that we've gone through. As soon as you've done that, as soon as you've gone through all of the videos and implemented everything up until this point, again, pat yourself on the shoulder, celebrate, and then I will see you in the next video.